Peter Hitchens is the not-so-bright brother of Christopher Hitchens. If these guys were twins, Peter would be the Danny DeVito of the two. And Peter has a theory about why it is that atheists don't believe in God.
What we are discussing here is a matter of opinion. And a matter of opinion, Mr. President, is a matter of choice. And the real question before us is why we choose what we choose. And this is the most fascinating part of the argument, addressed by the most intelligent and interesting atheist, I think, now living, Thomas Nagel, who asks repeatedly, why is it that I and my fellow atheists so much want there not to be a God?
Peter thinks that atheists have the opinion that there is no God because they don't want there to be a God. This, of course, is not universally true. Hitchens and Nagel, if he's citing Nagel correctly, seem oblivious to the fact that there are many atheists who would very much like there to be a God, but simply find themselves unable to believe in one. Also, I don't think it's true that a matter of opinion is always a matter of choice. I'm sure that what we want to be true can influence what we suspect to be true, but this is clearly not always the case. I would very much like it to be true that aliens crash-landed in Roswell. That would be fucking awesome. My opinion, however, is that it almost certainly did not happen.
Why is it, ladies and gentlemen, they so much want there not to be a God? Why would you want there not to be a God? Why would you want to live in a purposeless chaos in which none of your actions had any significance, in which there was no hope of justice, in which the lives of all those whom you loved ended abruptly at death and had no further significance? Why would you want, desire, actively wish to live in a universe as disgusting as that?
While I think the universe has no ultimate purpose, it certainly isn't chaos. It also certainly isn't the case that none of your actions have any significance. Hitchens, like William Lane Craig, seems to think that the fact that our actions have finite significance is equivalent to them having no significance at all. Yes, eventually all traces of our existence will disappear in the very distant future, but our lives can still have an impact that resonates for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years. I think it's contemptibly petulant to whine that this counts for absolutely nothing.
You'd have to have a very good reason. And I think these gentlemen do have a very good reason, and it's what they never ever wish to discuss. They don't want justice. They do want the dead to be dead. They do want the universe to be purposeless. They do not want their own individual actions to have any other significance than their immediate effect. You will have to discuss with them why they should be so keen on that proposition.
That's bullshit. There are plenty of atheists who want to be remembered long after they are dead, and plenty who are actively developing technology to extend our lives and experiences as far as possible. But even if it were true that this is what atheists wanted and that this is the reason they don't believe in God, pointing this out is in no way an argument for theism. None of this constitutes an argument for God's existence. An atheist could ask the same questions of a theist. Why would they want there to be a God? Why would they want to live in what Christopher Hitchens called a celestial North Korea? Why would they want eternal torment as punishment not just for the worst among us, but for anyone who fails to repent for falling short of the celestial dictator's idea of perfection? Why do they find such tyranny so appealing?
But I also know that a number of people who are in the end servants of power are quite anxious to dispel from our society the enormous force of restraint upon power which Christian belief provides.
Christian belief, when appropriated by power, is quite often an enormous source of strength and coercion. Authoritarians who convince people that they have Jesus on their side can sometimes be a lot more successful than those who don't. Theists will often claim that Hitler was an atheist, or at least that Hitler was not a Christian. However, Hitler did call himself a Christian, and he claimed that Jesus would approve of his political goals. Why did Hitler do this? If Hitler was lying about being a Christian, why did he lie? Hitler said he was a Christian because he knew that religion can be easily and effectively appropriated in the service of power.